in the beginning. How do you understand
Actually,
that?
even this is proven to be scientifically, and you don't need to believe in what I say. You can search it. When the Earth was created, even according to science, the whole Earth was covered by water, and by time the ground was appearing in the top. So when God he created the whole Earth was covered by water. Actually, until now, the Earth is less than 30% of 70% water. Right? So even science proved that, and this is for me, I saw many articles speaking about it, and you can search. Don't have to take my word for granted. Use your brain.
Okay.
As we encourage always people to same time. You see, when the Bible speaks in the book of Genesis about the creation of the earth, there's no way that God he is talking about how really he created the earth. I mean, in details, because if you are an engineer, right? Software engineer. Okay.
Well, yeah, software. Yeah, I'm in software. Yeah.
So if you want to do, if you want to read JavaScript, how many books you need to study?
Well, nowadays you go online because the thing's changing.
But I mean,
so much.
It's big, right? It's not a You cannot put it in 500 pages, right?
Yeah,
and it's just the JavaScript is not a big deal. So what about God? He want to give us a book to explain how he created the whole world. So if you want to explain to us how he made the eye, he need to give us maybe 50 books. Just the eye alone, So the Bible is not really giving us details about how God he created. It's the simple details for the man who have a simple understanding. So it is not really a details of a creation as much it is in a simple way.
Okay. So is there anything in the Bible that shows it's actually from God, like something greater than what the people back then would have known, like prophecies, something like that?
Well, like for us, first of all, the Bible is not meant to be a book of science. It is as an example, if I say to you right now, and you are an atheist, well, Jesus was the son of a virgin. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's not science.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not have nothing to do with science. This is what we call a miracle.
Yes.
Okay. So when you speak about science, it's not the Christians who try to make the book of God a book of science. A book of belief is different from book of science. But I can explain science in a different way. As an example, for me, as a believer, once I was sitting with an atheist. Actually, he come to a church, and after the church, every time he make fun of them, like, and he said he's an eye doctor. Actually, they asked me just to come and maybe I can do something with this guy who they don't know what to answer him. So, he said to them, "You guys, you are funny. You want to convince me that Jesus he put some sand on the eye of somebody and he made him see?
Yeah,
supposedly that's the blind man, right?" And I said to him, "What do you do, sir? What do you do for a living?" He said, "I'm an eye doctor." I said, "Isn't it you who put sand every day on the eyes of people to make them see better?" He said, "What?" He said, "Don't you every day put sands on the eyes of people to make them see better?" He said, "But this is different." I said, "No. If I come to you 2,000 years ago and I say I will bring you something made of sand, put it in your eyes and you will see different, you will laugh at me.
Yeah.
Because you don't understand.
You're talking about glasses, right?
The glasses is made of sand. Simply it's made of sand. So because you don't understand, something is beyond your understanding right now, that is for you is funny or is stupid, But in fact, it can be happened. But all the point is, I do not know about it. I never saw it, so I don't believe it. Same as if I say to Abdullah, maybe if we are born in the 12th century, I told you there is one day somebody will speak to you in China and you can hear him in America. Right away you will say to me, "You are crazy."
Yeah.
They will put me in the hospital of crazy people and nobody will believe me and they will laugh at me. So science is not really science as much as like it's not fake because it's fake. It's fake because we don't believe. And same as believe, which means it not necessarily can be fake, but because you don't believe in that, you decide to make it fake. So if I say to you, there is something it's called wave, a radio wave. 1,000 years ago, you will make fun of me, but even though it's true, because it's beyond the imagination, and there's no way I can understand. This is stupid. I mean, what are you talking about? What if I say to you, I will speak in my TV right now, and I will speak in China, and you can see my image in USA. This guy's crazy, take him out of here, So, but today is accepted because we saw it, we believe it, right?
So do you say the same about the Bible, that it's something we can never understand fully?
No, it's not about we can never. It's about we experience. When you experience, you believe it.
Okay.
Okay. This is what science is. Science is about experience things, and then you believe it. So for me as a Christian, when I experience the belief, then which means the first thing you do, you have a belief. And where does the belief come from? Because you became a confident in something. How you became confident in something? I see things around me, which is really proving to me that there's a truth there. I mean, until now, there's tons of miracles, and for sure, a person who's an atheist, he will not believe in them. But they happen, and I witnessed them, and they happen, and nobody can explain. Even today, you go to a doctor who's a scientist, and there's a guy that say he have a cancer. Forget about God, and then he says to you how he was recovered. It's a miracle. Even doctors, they use that term, miracle. When they use that term, only when they cannot explain how. Why? We don't know. It's a miracle. So God is beyond our comprehend. So we call him, he himself is a miracle.
So don't Muslims say the same thing? They say that, I did ruqya, and it was, he became healed, and it's a miracle, and the doctors can't explain it. People say they read Quran, and everything changed in their life. Like even Hindus sometimes will say that they went to the doctor, and he couldn't help, but then they went to the shaman, and he did something, and he blew on them, and then they became better. And they say you can't explain it through science.
See, Jesus said, believe in a stone, you will recover. Which means believe is very helpful, and even science proved that. All right. So when you are a person who believe, even if you believe in a stone, which is it's false, it's fake. All right. But if that stone became a belief for you, your belief will help you.
But that's called placebo effect, right? That's like
no problem.
When you think you're taking a pill. So when they do a scientific study, they always give you a placebo. Because the effect on you think is going to help you, but like obviously a placebo cannot cure cancer. It might make you feel better.
No. But no. Actually, even science. Let me tell you. According to science, a person who don't want to fight death, he will die.
Say that again.
A person who don't want to fight death, he will die. If he want to die, he die. That's it. Like I will tell you a story, which maybe it's funny. We have a I was in high school, all right, and there's a guy, he want to go with us in like we are going like a school trip, but he is very boring, annoying, and he is like stuck like a glue on us. So they told me we don't want him to go, and I said, okay, well, let us practice some Islamic method. They said, what? They said, let us practice taqiyya. I said, what is that? He said, when he come, every one of you see him alone, say to him, why your face is yellow? Why you look like that? What's look your eyes? The guy, he came, he's fine. And then the first guy, he said to him, why your face is like this? And we are kids, we are just like not adult. I mean, this is a kid, so man, what's happened to your face? Why your eyes look red? And are you okay? And the guy, he start, I feel fine, and they start, and then the first one spoke to him, the second time, the third, the fourth. And then after 9-10 people, they spoke to him. He went to the director. He asked for a sickness, illness. Because he decided to believe he's sick, so he's getting sick. And then after 3-4 days, he did not come to school. He gets sick for real. We went there. He have a fever. He made himself believe he's sick. All right.
That's his form of bullying, right? Because you're inflicting psychological abuse on someone.
Right.
But isn't that also how religion works? When everyone around you says, I believe, and then you also say, well, if everybody else believes, I must be wrong, and I should believe too.
No.
Without any evidence.
What we are doing, I just showed you an example. If you convince yourself, not only because I cannot convince you unless you convince yourself. If you convince yourself in something, you will be that thing. All right. Now, in the case of Christianity,
yes.
If I want to convince myself that Jesus is God, still I have to put my God into test, and that test is: do he match with the words he say? It's not just I say something and then I go with that and I believe it blindly. As an example, you said that the Muslim, they do ruqiyya, which means they read Quran to heal themselves.
Yes.
Muhammad himself, he was poisoned. Muhammad himself was under black magic, and he is the one who said, if you eat 7 ajwa, you will be fine, right?
Yeah.
But that does not happen to Jesus. Jesus, he, you know, he touched the man he cannot see, and he saw. Jesus, he told the man he cannot walk, he walked.
So how do we know this though? Like, how do we know these stories are true and not just made up?
Well, it happened every day. Maybe for you it's hard to believe, but there's millions of stories of people, they are healed by God, and are healed by His name. It's not, not fake.
Aren't people also healed by shamanism and like I said?
You can be helped, as I said, by belief and believing. Just having a belief, it gives you strength.
Okay, but that's still, placebo then, right?
But still, that's not a miracle.
That's not a miracle.
That's not a miracle. We are talking about things is incredibly it cannot be explained. You know.
Okay.
And you know, if I start quoting for you things, you might say, because he's a Christian, he is, you know, he's trying to convince me that it's true. But I advise you to search for miracles where a Christian, they witness them for real, and they are real. They are not just not a guy saying something. You will see a guy, he was believing in something, and suddenly he became something else just because he saw a vision, and that vision impacted his life. So seeing, knowing, and experiencing is what Christianity is about.
Isn't I hear this a lot from Christians, that they saw visions of Jesus. I mean, I remember even when I was a Muslim and I was doing a dawa booth, we had this one lady, she was crying, and she came to us and she said Jesus appeared to her in a dream and told her, you know, I can't remember what she said, but basically she was very, very touched by this personal experience that she had. So but then people also say they saw Muhammad in dreams, right? And then they said Muhammad told me this and that, and it came true. Which is like such, to me, I'm like, I don't believe that, but they say the same thing about Muhammad. So how do we know like who's right and who's wrong? Like if I'm an atheist, one person says Jesus appeared to me in a dream, the other person says Muhammad appeared to me in a dream, and I'm an atheist. I don't know, like, how do I know who to believe?
First of all, somebody appearing for me in a dream, it can be just a dream. I mean, a dream is a dream. It can be a vision from something real, or it can be just a dream. However, we don't believe in Jesus because of a dream. Maybe somebody he does, this is his business, you know.
Okay.
Maybe it's a message for him. Maybe it's true, and maybe it's fake. Maybe it is right. Maybe he is imagining. I don't know. But for me, I don't believe in Jesus because I saw a dream. You know, I saw his wisdom. I saw his amazing teaching, I saw his ability, and I saw his power. Same time, I noticed that everything have the fingerprint of a creator, you know, like you see, like in science, they say to you, most of animals, they have the same kind of structures, right?
You mean they all come from DNA, right?
Like, you know, let us say a form of life.
Like eyes or something?
Yeah, but that is because the same creator, the same engineer, not because of because simply if he is one person who created all those things, so it's very clear. Like if Picasso, he made an image, and it's very normal to see that Picasso, he have the same kind of image but different drawing, but it's still, we can know that this is Picasso. An expert can know that this is the same artist, the same person, and this is exactly for God. So when we speak about God in Christianity, we do not need to prove him by science, because science today can be proven to be wrong tomorrow. You know, science is not really, they call it fact, but I don't believe in this kind of what's called a fact. Like as an example, there's things we can understand. Like if you say the earth is a flat, obviously it's wrong, right? Because this is, we do not need to debate about it no more. But still, there's a lot of things in science it is not really proven, you know. But they call it science. As an example, they say to you the Big Bang theory. It's a theory actually, but because they adopted, the majority adopted, they start saying, and then the Muslim, they adopt the Big Bang just to make you believe that Islam in agreement with the Big Bang, but the fact Islam does not agree even with that one. And neither
do you not believe in the Big Bang? You don't believe in the Big Bang?
Well, you see, the Big Bang, for me, I find it silly and stupid, because it says that something explode, but there's nothing.
What do you mean?
How there's nothing and there's something explode?
It was a point of infinite density where all of matter and energy was in
But they can't explain to us where's that coming from.
Well, it may have always existed. It could have been eternal matter.
You see how it can be that how this eternal matter exists, but you did not create to me. You did not explain to me the creation yet, because What created the creation is not explained yet. So what is the science?
So if to go back to the Big Bang, you're right that we don't have an explanation as to where the matter came from the Big Bang. But like I wrote this on my blog, which I found it very interesting because I only started studying this like after I left Islam. There's 3 different reasons why the Big Bang is true. One of them is Einstein and his theory of general relativity, which predicted the universe was expanding. So because of Einstein actually doubted his own science because at that time, everybody believed the universe, like, it didn't think it was expanding. They thought it was a static universe. So because of this, he's like, no, I must be wrong. My physics is all wrong. And he actually made what he called the biggest mistake of his life, which was to add a constant in order to adjust for the expanding universe because he couldn't believe it was expanding.